All right, let's talk through 2.3, number 3. So we've got a matrix A. We're supposed to find some matrices that put A into a triangular form U. So essentially here they're asking me to just do Gauss-Jordan elimination of this thing. So the first thing I need to do is figure out what matrix do I need to apply to get rid of this 4 here. You guys see that? Okay, so in order to get rid of that 4 there, I'm going to take row 1, I'm going to multiply it by something and subtract it from row 2. You guys all see that? So when I'm trying to construct E21, I'm thinking I need to subtract blank row 1 from row 2. What is it that I want to, what is the multiple I need to subtract here? If you want a 0 to appear here, 4 minus what is 0?
4.
4. Good. And what do I multiply 1 by to get 4?
4.
Good. So I'm thinking I should see a 4 minus 4 here. So I need to subtract 4 times row 1 from row 2. You guys all see that? So a couple of minutes ago, we did problem 3. We realized that things want to go in the kind of lower triangle in order to do those subtractions. So I'm just going to go down here and kind of copy that same idea. So I'm going to say, all right, I want to start with the identity matrix. Oops, that's not how the identity matrix works, Joe. So I'm starting with identity, and I want to mess with row 2 and 1. So I'm thinking about an entry here in the 2, 1 spot, and the entry I want here is minus 4. Okay, so then if I kind of off in the margin, I want to think about E21 times A. And we're going to leave that first row alone. And I'm just kind of doing this I probably shouldn't do it in my head. So 4 times row 1 is going to be minus 4, and 0. You guys see that? I'm going to leave that bottom row alone. So I'm going to have minus 2, 2, 0. And then in the middle here, I'm going to have 0, 2, 0. Everybody with me on that? Okay, so now for this one, I want to target, this is my next target. That's my target for E31. This, oops, not that. This 4 was my target for E21. You guys all with me on that? Okay, so what do you add to minus 2 to get 0?
Two.
Why I picked different notation there? Good. I need to add 2 to this. Where do I get 2 from 1? In other words, what do I multiply 1 by to get 2? This is hopefully not something we should be overthinking. So I need to add 2 times row 1 to row 2. So the way I do that one is I should be looking in the, I'm going to start with my identity matrix, right? And then I should be looking in row 3, column 1 for a new entry. So right here. And I want it to be add 2, so that should be plus 2 there. You guys all with me on constructing elimination matrices? Okay, so then if I want E31 times E21 times A, right? This is me doing E3, 1 to this new matrix here, E2, 1, and A. So I'm going to take my row 1, I'm going to multiply it by 2. So that's going to go 2, 2, 0 down here. And then out of this, I'm going to get a new matrix. I left the first row alone. I left the second row alone. And the third row, I'm going to do this addition. So I'm going to get 0, 4, 0. Everybody with me on that? Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you guys got? A couple? Who has thumbs and understanding? You guys? All right. Good. So now I'm here. Now what's my next target? Is this thing upper triangular yet? What's jacking my day with this? This 4 down here? I need to not have that, right? Upper triangular would be diagonal and up. So I need this 4 to go away. So that's where my E3, 2 matrix is going to come in, right? That's going to target that 4. So this 4 is my target for E3, 2. So now I need to think to myself, all right, self, what do we need to do here? Since the target's positive, I'm going to have to subtract, right? So I need to subtract blank times row something from row something. What are those going to be? Which rows am I messing with?
Two and 3.
Good. So they should be row 2 is the tool I'm using. Row 3 is the thing I'm hitting with that tool. All right. And then in order to get rid of 4, I need to subtract 4, right? You guys all see that? So what do I multiply 2 by to get minus 4? So I need to subtract 4 here, right? And I'm going to do that by taking a multiple of this guy. So what do I need to multiply this middle row by to get a negative 4 here?
-2.
Good. I need to multiply by -2, so I'm going to subtract 2 times row 2. So that's going to be subtracting 0, -4, and 0 here. You guys with me on that? That feels a little weird, right? Okay. So if I go ahead and do that, I'm going to get... oh, yeah, what's the matrix? Well, I want it to leave row 1 and row 2 alone, right? So I started with my identity matrix, and then which entry is going to be not 0? Is that this one on the left or this one on the right? Is Grayson not paying any attention?
The one on the right.
Yeah, it's the one on the right. So that needs to be a -2 there and a 0 here. And then the results, right? E3, 2 done to E3, 1 done to E2, 1 done to A is going to get me... Oh, I got 1, 1, 0. I got 0, 2, 0. And I got 0, 0, 0. You guys see that? Okay, now they're telling me that I should multiply these 3 matrices into one matrix M. So in other words, if I want to just go from A to U, so this thing over here is U, right? And right now I've got this equation that says E32 times E31 times E21 times A is U. And what they're saying is, look, since things are associative here, instead of doing all this stuff kind of from right in, I can think about all this stuff as happening at the same time. And I'm just going to do that together. So I'm going to shortcut some stuff. And I'm going to say this whole thing here is a matrix M. You guys with me on that? So you can get out your calculator and do this, or you can get out a matrix algebra system and do this, or you can take the three matrices that we calculated and multiply them together in the right order and do this. I don't care. It is all you how you do this. I would say that I probably would not be likely to do this by hand. You guys good with that? Otherwise, you could think about starting with the identity matrix and then just applying these things in order. That would also work. It's up to you. Does it make sense that I could stick an identity matrix in here? Like that I could just jam an I in here, because who cares? Because it doesn't do anything, right? Like you can multiply by 1 wherever you want in an equation. So you can compose with the identity function anywhere you want. All right. Did that answer your question, Cody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.